Hey. So, three-part series. This is part two of the three-part series. Overstressed, overworked, and overwhelmed. In the last one I shot, last episode, I guess is what we call it. Last episode I shot, we talked about why it's important to love stress. And just to recap that is stress isn't going anywhere. If you're a high performer, if you're success driven, then stress is going to be at an all-time high. You're going to deal with it on another level, and a lot of people don't get the results that they necessarily want because they stray away from stress. They don't want any part of it. And so if it's going to cause stress, and then they're staying away from it. But what we need to realize is like that's like the workouts. Like that's stress is the workouts that get you stronger and get you and make you better. So we have to learn how to expand our capacity to take on more stress and not run from it, but learn how to love it. So when it comes and when it shows up and it's going to be there, it's inevitable. Then you're making it where it's one of those things where you actually enjoy it, and you actually enjoy overcoming stuff. And that's a little bit more how I'm going to show you and tell you how we can do that, and how we can gamify our lives in different ways to where we're choosing data over drama. But also, more than anything, the cool thing is what we know is, and what we talked a little bit about the last episode was, you have a blueprint. If you're stressed out right now, if you're overstressed, you're tired, you lack energy, you're overwhelmed, then you don't have a lot of clarity, then the cool thing is we have a blueprint. And that blueprint is what we want the opposite of. So we've got a blueprint that shows us how to stay stressed right now, and how not to get how to stay stressed. So that we just need an opposite blueprint, and that's kind of what I want to lay out for you. We need to gamify our life and be able to have kind of a point system so you can get taken care of what you need to get taken care of. And at the same time, like I said, and I'll go back to it, is choosing that data over drama. I talk about it all the time. Is like individuals, when they come in and they talk to me, it's like, I feel like. I ask them how they feel as far as what you're eating, what are you eating, how's that look like? And they're like, I feel like I'm getting results. I feel like, and that's a sure sign of living in la la land. Not having any clue, and then when it gets down to the point where you decide whether you're going to continue to push forward and move forward or quit, it's going to be way easier for you to quit because we're choosing drama over having the data. Like, I want to know on a daily basis that I'm making progress and moving forward on stuff. And I'm going to lay that a little bit more out for you. And so here's three things that I know that we need to have. And the reason why I know this is I've done it with my coaching clients, and that's what I'm going to tell you a story today about is I have a guy who I'd reached out with, went to college with, and I'm just the type of dude that I'm just going to, if I see I can help somebody, I'm going to reach out and tell them I can help them and talk to them a little bit. And so I see where this guy was struggling, doing great in business, doing great with his family life, thriving in those areas. His health and his fitness and taking on stress, I could tell was not at an all-time high. So I reached out to this individual. He took me up, and I put together a program for him. And it was the first time I really worked with just this way of doing this online, and that's what I'm putting together now. But I laid out some simple stuff. I was like, here's what we're going to do, and it was just logging a mile every day. Okay, he was going to log a mile every day, and he's going to track that mile time. But at the same time, he's just going to pick a nutritional plan that he could stick with that was consistent. And then I gave him just little bitty simple stuff that he put into play, like that we counted points on, like having a green shake every single day, doing little simple, like getting that mile in and telling me the mile time that he got in. He could walk it, he could run it, however he wanted to do it. Following his nutrition, just basic drinking 30 ounces of water before having any caffeine, just basic, simple stuff we put into play. And this guy was successful in business, but he had a business that he was out late at night working and was putting on events. And so when he would get home at the end of the night, it was a long day, and it was 2 or 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And so his schedule was all over the place. We started working with each other, started putting this stuff into play, started tracking that. Your mind's the happiest when it's making progress. And the next thing you know, we worked together for about a year. Dude was down right around 140 pounds in a year. Now, how did he do that? One was he had a mission. And the mission was, this is the cool thing about the story, he started working, before he started working with me, he had went to Six Flags, was trying to get on the ride with his daughter. Long story short, couldn't get on the ride. She went with couldn't get on because he was too big. They stayed in line for 2 hours waiting for this ride, and she's frustrated because she wants to ride the ride. He's letting his daughter down. Lady was like, "Hey, let me take your daughter." She goes on the ride, hits her head on the ride. The lady comes back, it's like, "Hey, your daughter might have hit her head while we were riding." And my guy felt like horrible, like he wasn't showing up for his daughter like he needed to, and now he's putting her in risk because he wasn't taking care of himself. And so he reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I want to take you up on that offer that you had and to work with you." And so we went into play. That was his mission, though, is like he wanted to get back and go back to that amusement park and ride that ride with his daughter and be that powerful role model for his daughter. That was his mission to move forward. So now we had a mission. From there, we put the plan together. And the plan, like I mentioned, was just little simple stuff. Like he's going to do a mile every single day, walk it, run it, however, but he's going to track that mile. And I gave him little habits, little simple habits. And here's what you have to understand about these habits is majority of people just have results. They want results, and that's all they're focused on is the results. And I 100% get it. But when we're only focused on the results, it can seem like we are super far away, right? And we're far away. What we need to do is we need to have little trackable, and that's where we gamify it, putting a point system to it, trackable ways of things that we need to do on a daily basis, not overwhelm ourselves with it. And I'm going to lay that out, how we do that in just a second, is being able to put those into play. And what those are lead indicators. And we need to focus on these lead indicators that hey, I'm going to hit my 10,000 steps today. Hey, I'm going to record this mile. Hey, I'm going to eat 2 meals and only have carbohydrates in 2 of my meals today. I'm going to drink 30 ounces of water before I have any caffeine. I'm going to do a green shake. I'm going to write down my 3 wins. And so we have these little small, they don't take much time, but they're trackable. And we start to put these into play over time. And those are our lead indicators. And what starts to happen is we focus on those lead indicators. We focus on them daily. Just put those into play. Plant the seed, water. Plant the seed, water. Plant the seed, water. And what happens is at the end of the day, at the end of a few weeks, a month, we start to have that bloom. We start to bear the fruit, and we start to get the results that we want. And that's the lag indicator. The lead indicator is these are little simple stuff I need to do every day. The lag indicator is here's the result that I got from doing these little simple things every day. Where majority of people mess up is they're focused on that lag indicator and not the lead indicators. So then what we need to do from there is now we have a mission, now we have a plan, now we just need to have a routine of things that we can fall into. And the way we do that is keep score, like I said before, keep score, but make it simple and easy. Your first couple things in the morning time, that you fall into, that you do in the morning time, it needs to be simple. It needs to be something that you like to do. And it needs to be something that you can be aware of the benefits of it. My example of that is like when I get up and I get in the cold shower or I get my ice bath in the morning, I don't want to get in it. I don't want to do it. But once I get in and I get out and I start my day after doing that, my energy goes up like 4 to 5 points. So then that's something that I'm going to do every single day once I'm aware. Awareness precedes change. Once you're aware of how much you benefit from it, then you can change it. So those are the things that you can start putting into play right now, is just finding ways to keep score on stuff. Right. Find a way to keep score on stuff, as far as just like as simple as, hey, I'm going to do 10,000 steps every day. I'm going to time myself how fast I get it done. But something that you can just see progress in and keep score in, and it's that you could do it on a daily basis, but then keeping it simple so that you don't have to think about it. It's just something that automatically I know when I get up, I'm going to drink my 30 ounces of water, I'm going to get in my cold shower and do my breathing techniques, and then now I'm ready to start my day. Super simple, super easy, super to move forward as far as that goes. And then being deliberate in the morning times, like being deliberate with what you're taking on a daily basis and being focused in on that. Also, I think it's important to have a not to do list. A not to do list would be something like, hey, at night after 8 o'clock, I'm not going to eat after 8 o'clock. I'm not going to look at social media or my emails or any of this before I get my routine and stuff done. There's different, a not to do list is very important. We always look at the do list of all the things we need to do. Start thinking about the things that you don't need to do and put on your not to do list and focus in on that. But then the other ones are, I had a question the other day was, I stress out about little small stuff that I worry about that are into the future. And with that it's looking at those stressors, those things that are bothering you, that you're stressing out on, and questioning your thoughts, questioning the things that you're telling yourself on a daily basis. Like, what are the things that you're actually saying, and are those actually true? Is that actually going to happen? And we're wasting a lot of time and energy and stressing out over things that are in our control anyway. Let's focus on the things that we have control over and go from there. But other than that, that's the one or two objections I could see you having of saying that, well, Seth, that sounds easy, as I don't know where to start. Well, that's something I'm going to show you in the next video. I'm going to show you how you can get all this started. It may be that you say, yeah, Seth, sounds good, like in the morning time to take control and do the things I need to do to create more capacity to take on stress, but my mornings are limited. Well, they don't have to be. That's why I said you find your things to do. Is like the 5-minute cold shower don't take me any time at all. I don't have to have a full-blown workout. And things like that. So you find your ways that work for you and put them into play and make them where it's simple that you're falling into. And all we're trying to do is make that shift, because what we know is once we make that shift to where we are in power and we're taking control of what we need to take control of first off, then life is the next decision is just the next decision. We just have to focus in on that. But first, it's just getting that momentum started in the morning time. And remember, like I said before, it's not a time management issue. Majority of people are griping about having no time and limited on time. It's not a time management issue. It's an energy management issue. And so we need to be able to learn, have 3 to 4 simple things that we could tap into immediately that are going to help us with taking on more energy. So those are things that will actually create more time and more in that way as well. So more than anything, I'll be back in the next couple of days with episode number 3, show you how to put all this together at the same time and how to gamify your life to win in every area. More importantly, though, if you have any questions, be sure to leave any questions in the comments and even in biggest insights. I'd love to communicate back and forth and go from there. So if you have any questions or anything as far as that goes, leave them in the comments and we'll go from there. Appreciate you. Have a fantastic day. Talk soon.